Hi everyone, it's me Sammy, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. I hope you're all having an amazing day whatever it is you're doing. This is another Meals I Made This Week video where I show you 4 new dinners and 1 new dessert recipe every single week that I've cooked for me and my 3 children throughout the week. I break down the cost per meal and then I show you the point of view of me actually cooking it and show you the recipe and the method, and then also you'll see the portion sizes of the dinners as I serve up the dinners as well. And I'll also show you how I adapt the meals for my 2-year-old daughter so I don't have to make multiple dinners every single night. There's some amazing autumnal meals this week. We've got a steak pie, we've got a slow cooker chili. There's also a dessert of a cinnamon sugar apple cake, and oh my goodness guys, with custard warm, it's phenomenal. Can't recommend it highly enough. If you do enjoy this video, please don't forget to smash that thumbs up and also consider subscribing down below. It means lots to me. And without further ado, let's dive into the recipes and see what I made this week. It's Monday evening guys. It's been an absolutely manic Monday today, so I just want a quick and easy dinner to put together tonight. So we're going to be doing a chicken Thai red curry. Let's run through the ingredients and the overall cost of this meal. I'm going to be using 2 Jasmine microwave rice pouches. I've got a Sharwood's Thai red curry sauce. I'm going to be using some frozen whole green beans, half of this pack of chicken breast strips, some butternut squash chunks, a lime, a bell pepper and some chili and coriander to garnish. Altogether this comes to £6.42. Let's dive into the cooking. First step is to cook our butternut squash chunks, so I've just put them into some boiling water and that's just going to simmer now for about 10 minutes until they're softened. And while our butternut squash is just cooking away there, we're going to heat up some vegetable oil in a large saucepan and we're going to add half of our bag of frozen chicken breast strips to the pan now, and we're going to fry these for about 5 minutes. After the chicken's been cooking for 5 minutes, we're going to add our Sharwood's Thai red curry sauce. Now I'm going to add the entire jar, then I'm going to fill the jar up to the top of the label with water, give it a shake and add that in as well. We're just going to let this simmer now for about 5 minutes. While that's simmering away, we're going to dice up our yellow pepper and we're also going to drain off our butternut squash chunks now. Once that's been simmering for 5 minutes, we're now going to add our bell peppers, our frozen green beans. I'm going to add like a handful, a big chunky handful of them, and then we're also going to add our drained butternut squash chunks to this too. And then we're just going to let this simmer for about 8 minutes and then that's our curry done. Now I'm going to be serving up our curry with our Jasmine microwave rices. So 4 minutes before the end, I'm going to cook these as per the packet instructions for 2 minutes each in the microwave. And then for garnish, we're going to quarter up a lime for us to squeeze over our dinner. I'm going to slice up the chili and then we're going to get some coriander leaves as well. Now that's our curry finished simmering for the 8 minutes, and now it's time to serve up with our rice and our garnishes. And that is our Monday night dinner all served up guys. We've got Ava's here. I've separated her chicken and the butternut squash and the green bean veg, and she's got her rice and a lime wedge. We've then got mine over here which I've garnished with the chilies and the coriander. Same with Tyler's as well, and then Liam's just got the exact same minus the chilies. That is our Monday night dinner all served up guys. Super quick and easy, and I've got enough left over for a lunch tomorrow for myself as well. So we're going to go and enjoy this now and we'll catch you later in the week for some more meals. It's Tuesday evening guys and we're going to be making a mac and cheese garlic bread bake. Let's run through the ingredients and the overall cost of this meal. I'm going to be using about 400 grams of penne pasta. We're going to be using some bay leaves, some garlic granules and some mustard. I'm using French's American style mustard, but you can use English mustard here as well. Then I'm going to be using some vegetable stock cubes, some cheddar cheese, some garlic cloves, some fresh thyme, 1.5 garlic bread baguettes. These ones from Asda are amazing, some grated mozzarella cheese and around a pint of whole milk. Altogether this comes to £4.39. Let's dive into the cooking. First step is to make our milky sauce to cook our pasta in. So I'm going to be making it in my Ninja food processor. So I'm going to add some milk first. We're going to add 1 pint of milk, and then we're going to add 1.5 vegetable stock cubes with 650 millilitres of boiling water, and then we're going to add that stock into our food processor as well. And then we're going to be adding 2 tablespoons of mustard, 1 tablespoon of garlic granules, 4 whole cloves of garlic, we don't need to peel them, and 3 sprigs of fresh thyme as well. It's all going to go into our food processor. Now everything's in our food processor. We're going to blitz this until it's smooth. Now that's all blended up, what we're going to do is add 400 grams of our penne pasta into a large saucepan. And then putting a strainer over the top, we're now going to pour our milk mixture through the strainer in with our pasta now. Now we're just going to discard what's remaining in our strainer. Now to this we're going to add 2 bay leaves, and we're also going to season generously with salt and pepper now, and then we're going to put it on a medium-high heat and cook until the pasta is al dente. And then once the pasta is cooked al dente and the sauce is slightly thickened like this, we're going to add 150 grams of our grated cheddar to this now. And then once we've stirred through all the cheese, we're going to transfer this into our baking dish now. Then we're going to top this with half of our pack of grated mozzarella, about 100 grams. Then I'm going to break up 1.5 garlic bread baguettes and pop that on top. Just like that, and then I've put my grill on a medium to high heat, and we're just going to pop this underneath the grill now until it's golden and crispy. That's our dinner all cooked. Now it's time to serve up. That is our Tuesday night dinner all served up. We've got mine here, Tyler's here, Liam's here, and Ava's got the exact same as us as well. We're going to go and enjoy this now, guys, and we'll catch you later in the week for some more meals. It's Wednesday morning, and while Ava's having a nap, I'm going to make a start on dinner for tonight. We're going to be making a steak and mushroom pie with mashed potato and broccoli to serve. So let's run through all the ingredients and the overall cost of this meal. I'm going to be using half of this pack, so 1 kilo of potatoes to make our mashed potato. We've got some frozen broccoli florets to serve. We've then got a pack of beef braising steak, 1 egg, some short crust pastry. Going to be using half of this pack of white mushrooms, so about 200 grams. Then a little bit of olive oil, a couple of tablespoons of plain flour, 2 onions, a beef stock cube, and 1.5 of these packs of bacon lardons. Now altogether this comes to £11.76. Quite an expensive meal, but it's our treat meal for the week. And if you're going to eat out and have a homemade steak pie for 4 people, it will come to a lot more than that. Let's dive into the cooking. Now I've put half of the ingredients away because we're just making the pie filling this morning, because I want to put it in the slow cooker to make sure it's as rich as possible. Now the first step is to cut up our beef braising steak into bite-sized chunks. Now I'm just heating a tablespoon of olive oil into a large saucepan. Then we're going to add our steak chunks and 1.5 of our packs of bacon lardons to this now. And then we're going to fry that for a few minutes until they're browned on all sides. And while that's frying away, we're just going to quickly dice up our onions and cut up our mushrooms. And then once the meat's been browned on all sides, we're going to remove the meat with a slotted spoon. Then we're going to set our meat aside for a little while. And then what we're going to do in the same pan is we're going to add our onions and our mushrooms now and cook that for 10 minutes. While our mushrooms and our onions are frying away for that 10 minutes, I've just made up our beef stock. So I've added 1 beef stock cube to 450 millilitres of boiling water, and I've just given that a mix. I'm going to be using that in a moment. And then once that's been cooking for 10 minutes, we're going to pop our meat back into the pan. Then we're going to stir in 2 tablespoons of plain flour and cook that for a minute. Then we're going to start gradually stirring in our beef stock. Just like so. Now what you can do here is pop a lid on this, turn it down to low and cook it for 1.5 hours, simmering gently and stirring occasionally, or you can be like me and pop it into the slow cooker. Now I've set my slow cooker to high and I'm going to cook it in here for 4 hours, or you can set it to low and cook it for 6, whatever your preference is. So we're going to pop our pie filling into here now. Now we're just going to let that slow cook away for the 4 hours, and then I'll be back in the evening to finish off dinner. Back from the school run now, and I've just turned off the slow cooker. That is our steak filling for our pie already done. I've just preheated the oven to gas mark 5, and I've peeled and chopped our potatoes and put them in a pan of cold water with a little bit of salt, and I've put our frozen broccoli florets into cold water as well with a pinch of salt as well. We're going to start by putting the potatoes on to boil now, and then we're going to pop our steak filling into our baking dish. Now we're just going to get out our ready rolled short crust pastry and lay that over the top. I've just pinched the edges along with a fork, and I've pierced a hole in the middle with a sharp knife. Now I've just beaten our egg into a little dish. I'm going to use a silicone brush now to brush over our pastry. Now that's been egg washed, we're going to pop this into our preheated oven on gas mark 5 for 25 minutes. And then after 10 minutes of our pie being in the oven, we're going to turn on our broccoli to boil. Once our potatoes are finished boiling, we're going to turn these off the heat, drain them, and then mash them with some butter and some milk. That is our pie ready after just 25 minutes in the oven. We're going to serve it up now alongside our mashed potato and our broccoli. That is our Wednesday night dinner all served up, guys. This pie filling tastes unreal, and it's perfect with mash and broccoli. This is my portion right here. Then we've got Tyler's and we've got Liam's as well. And then Ava's got the exact same as us tonight as well. We're gonna go and enjoy this now, proper comfort food dinner, and we'll be back later in the week for some more meals. It's Thursday morning, guys, and tonight I'm gonna be making a pork chili served with rice and sour cream. It's gonna be absolutely delicious. Let's run through the ingredients and the overall cost of this meal. We've got 500 grams of pork mince. We're gonna be using some cumin and some smoked paprika, a tin of red kidney beans, and a tomato and garlic pasta sauce. I'm gonna be using 300 grams of basmati rice. Gonna be using the rest of the mushrooms from earlier in the week, so about 200 grams. We've got some sour cream to serve. We've got an onion, a red pepper and a red chili, some coriander to serve as well, and then a beef stock cube as well. Altogether this comes to £6.07. Let's dive into the cooking. Now I'm starting off making the chili this morning because I want to put it in the slow cooker ready for this evening, so I've put the rice and the serving bits away. We're going to dive in now and cook our chili. Starting with our veg prep, we're going to dice up our onion and our pepper. Also going to cut up our mushrooms into smaller pieces, and then we're going to dice half of our chili, then put the other half away because we're going to slice that up for serving later. Now we're heating some vegetable oil in our pan, and what we're going to do is add our onions and our peppers and our pork mince to this now, and we're just going to cook that until the pork mince is really well browned and thoroughly cooked through. And while that's frying away there, I've just made our beef stock. So I've used half a beef stock cube and mixed it with 250 ml of boiling water, and I've just drained and rinsed our kidney beans as well. And then once we're happy with how the meat is cooked and everything and it's all fried up nicely, we're going to add in all of our other ingredients into here now. So we're going to add our mushrooms, our chilies, our beef stock, our pasta sauce, the kidney beans, and then a teaspoon each of smoked paprika and ground cumin. Now we've mixed all that together, it's time for us to pour this into our slow cooker. Now it's all in the slow cooker. I've put it to low, and I'm going to cook this for about 4 to 6 hours just until I feel like it's ready. And then all I need to do is come back later to cook the rice and serve up, guys. So I'll see you in a fair few hours. It's after the school run now, and our chili is cooking away absolutely beautifully. All I need to do now is cook some rice in a rice cooker, and then we can serve up. I've just sliced up our chili, the other half of our chili from earlier. I've taken some coriander leaves and roughly torn those, and we've got some sour cream. That's our garnish ready for serving up. That's our rice all ready. Let's serve dinner up. And that is our Thursday night dinner all served up. Pork chili with rice, and we've got some great garnishes as well. We've put a side of sour cream, and we've topped it with some red chili slices and some coriander leaves as well, guys. This is my portion. Then we've got Tyler's here, Liam's without the chili. And then Ava's got the chili, the rice, and I've given her some cucumber on the side as well as a little finger food. We're gonna go and enjoy this now. This is such a comfort food dinner, super tasty, and it's great for after the school run with minimal effort in the evening. I'll catch you tomorrow when we're doing our end of the week dessert. It's Friday evening now, guys. I'm gonna be making a cinnamon sugar apple cake for our dessert tonight as a Friday treat. Let's run through all the ingredients we're gonna need. I've got 3 Honey Crunch apples. We've got some vanilla essence, some baking powder, some light brown sugar, some buttermilk, an egg, some ground cinnamon, some plain flour, some vegetable oil, some caster sugar, and a little bit of unsalted butter as well. That's everything we need, guys. Let's dive into the baking. First thing to do is to peel and chop our apples into chunks. And then I've just preheated the oven to gas mark 4. Now it's time for us to make our cake batter. So first things first, we're going to pop 1½ cups of brown sugar into our mixing bowl, along with 1/3 cup of oil and 1 egg. Then we're going to add 1 cup of buttermilk and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Then we're going to add 2½ cups of plain flour to this and mix that all together. And then into our cake batter, we're just going to fold our apple chunks now. And then we're going to transfer our apple cake mix into our baking dish. Now that's in our dish, I've just popped a tablespoon of unsalted butter into this bowl. I'm just going to microwave it now, little like 5-10 second bursts until it's all melted. Now to our melted butter, we're going to add 1/2 cup of caster sugar and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Now we're going to mix these together to make our cinnamon sugar topping. Now we're going to spread or sprinkle this over the top of our cake mix. That is our cinnamon sugar apple cake all ready. We're going to pop this into our oven now, preheated to gas mark 4 for 45 minutes until it's golden, baked and smelling beautiful. That is our cake finished cooking after the 45 minutes. Now it's time to serve up. That is our cinnamon sugar apple cake all served up. I've got some warm custard just to drizzle over it now as well. Look at that beautiful cake with the crisp cinnamon sugar on top. Looks absolutely amazing. We're gonna go and enjoy this now, guys, and that is our week of food complete. That's everything that I have for you this week, guys. I'd love to know your favorites down below in the comments. What was your favorite meal from this week? Mine, hands down, was the cinnamon sugar apple cake, phenomenal, as well as the steak and mushroom pie. That was also delicious. The boys really loved the chili. That was probably their favorite dinner, and Ava, hands down, she loved the pie and mash as well. She's a girl after my own heart. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really hope you got loads of meal inspiration to help you wonder what to cook this week. If you need some meal inspiration in your life, then don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you get a notification every time I upload. Mostly on Sundays, my meals I made this week videos are. Thank you for the love and support on my channel at the moment, guys. We're almost at 80,000 subscribers, which is just blowing my mind. I can't believe it, and that's all because of you guys, so thank you so much. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you soon for another video. Take care. Bye.